Okay, guys, so this is where we're starting this year with the homeschool space. It is pretty messy. I've got a bunch of books. These are all books that I have moved from some shelves that I ended up putting upstairs in my living room to hold like Bible books and religious reference books and such. I don't have a place to put these books. We have some Nerf guns as well. Some some of Matt's books that I don't know what to do with. These books over here are books that we have read this year that I just have not reshelved. I do need to pack up the middle grade levels, which are G, H, and J, because I have not, I don't need those for several years. Because Lucy is just going into third grade and Jack is actually going to be doing level 100. And I'm actually going to pack up those Joy Hakeem books as well, I think, because there is a new spine for level 100 this year. I have a bunch of random reference books over here, science things. Yeah, I'm just not sure what to do with all of this stuff. So my plan today is to get the ping pong table folded up and put in the unfinished part of our basement, and then also get Jack's green screen and studio lights packed up. They are actually already in the unfinished part of the basement, but they're kind of taking up most of the space in there. And that is so that I can start working through all of these books, getting things into different piles, and hopefully getting things a little more organized. I love this basement space. It's one of the reasons that we purchased the house, because I wanted the homeschool space and like a den space for the kids. Over past the ping pong table, we have a couch and a chair and a TV and video game stuff. And then on the other side, we have like our treadmill and the Lego table and some toys and costumes and stuff. It's a really wonderful finished space. But the problem is we don't come down here and do school. And so what happens is, because I'm not down here very often, it's mainly the kids' domain, it does get messy. I do store all of my homeschool stuff down here, but we're not using the space well. And so I really don't know what to do. I want to have my books available to me, but I realized, I was talking to my husband earlier, we used to have built-in shelves in our old house that held a lot of other books. We have bought one new shelf since we've moved in here, but it does not take the place of those built-in shelves. The built-in shelves were like an entire wall in our dining room at the old house. And so I still don't have enough space for the books, not to mention we have added new levels since we've moved into this house, level J and level 300 and level 230, which is classical literature. So I don't know what to do. I really don't. I come down here and I just kind of freeze, because I don't want to get rid of everything, because we need the stuff when Lucy gets older. But at the same time, I do know that there are things down here that we do not need anymore. Random science kits. I did pack up all of the pre-K through grade 1 level books last year, and they are in our unfinished part of the basement in boxes. I don't know if I should sell those, if I should keep them. Some of those books are like our favorites, and so I want to keep those. So I don't know if anybody would be interested in buying partial curriculum. Yeah, I don't know. And we've also taken the desks. We had 2 other desks down here and they have been moved. This is Jack's desk. He has one in his bedroom, so he's not using this one. It's just holding boxes at this point. So yeah, and it's really just a table. It's not even a desk. It's just a little desk table from IKEA. But yeah, so my plan today is just to kind of get some stuff tidied and vacuum, and then see if maybe I can start making some piles, I don't know, on the floor, or get my card table back downstairs to see how I want to organize things. And if I want to just get rid of a bunch of stuff, I'm just not sure. The struggle is real. I mean, I love that I have all of the space, but because I have all of the space, I don't know what to do with it. So that is where we are at the moment. Okay guys, so here we are. It is, well, let me come this way. It's much cleaner now that I have moved the ping pong table and I've gotten some things kind of organized and I vacuumed, which we definitely needed. We have like an Asian beetle infestation every single year since we've moved into this house. So anyways, I don't think that this is day 2 of my cleaning extravaganza. I don't even think that I introduced myself or did an intro to this video. I just got started. So hi, my name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. We are finishing our 12th year homeschooling this year. It's crazy. I'm thinking about all of the things that I need to get organized for homeschooling, which is why I'm down here. Now, you will see we are very much literature-based homeschoolers. These are not all of my homeschooling books, but these are a large number of them. However, because I have 2 kids that are going to be doing high school level courses, Emma's in her 3rd year, Jack's going to start doing 1st year, some high school level courses, mainly Sunlight History level 100, and Lucy is only going into 3rd grade. So I'm going to box up all of the middle grade levels that I have, the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade levels, and put them away. But I don't have boxes. I do have boxes, but the boxes currently have next year's curriculum in them. And so I also am planning on doing curriculum choice videos. And I want to do those upstairs, I think, which means that I have to take books off of the shelves and bring them upstairs. It probably make more sense to just do them down here, but the lighting isn't great, so I'm going to do them upstairs. So I need to move the books. And what I want to also do is get all of these other books that are up on the top here. They're just random books that I have not reshelved yet. Get those on the shelves and move the middle grade books on top so that when I have the boxes open, then I can just put the books right in the boxes, put them in the unfinished part of the basement, label them, and be good to go. I also have like these random books over here. A few of them are readers for homeschooling, I think. And then actually, those might all be Matt's books. Okay, those are all Matt's books. I think I put the other books that I was randomly looking for or looking at over here. I don't know what to do with these books. I mentioned it earlier in the video that we used to have, in our old house, we had a whole wall of built-in shelves. And while I have purchased one more bookcase since we've moved into this house, it did not replace that. I can see in my husband's office, I have 2 more boxes of books that are my old books from my childhood that I have not shelved anywhere because I have no place to put them and I don't want to get rid of them. So they're sitting in boxes still. But my thinking, because Lucy was talking to me about moving all of her toys down here and moving Jack's toys down here as well. Jack doesn't have as many toys, but just getting all of that stuff down here, that I'm going to move this white desk, this white table that Jack used to use as a desk, up into my office, I think. So my plan for that is to use that as a computer desk and then get my big Mac computer off of my current desk and maybe move some things around. Because I do so much planning and paper type stuff, I really need more space on my desk and the computer takes up a large swath of it. I don't know, it might be overkill to have 2 desks in there. We'll see, but I am going to move that upstairs so that I can put the level, the other homeschool levels that we'll be doing next year. I can put it on this desk as well as my card table that is upstairs in my office at the moment, so they're not on the floor in the way of the dog who sleeps under my desk and in my office closet. So my plan for right now, now that there is more space down here, is to figure out what to do with Matt's books and then get the books that are on top of the bookcases shelved and then the middle grade books up on top of the shelves, and then start to move some of next year's books upstairs so that I can start to go through them, because I'm not going to do that down here. I don't have like a table that I can work at, so I'm going to do all of that stuff upstairs, looking through the books and everything like that. And then eventually in June I will shelve everything after I have gone through all of the instructor's guides, which actually those are all on back order, so I'm not sure. I might have to revisit it. We'll see. But that's what my plan is for right now. So I have made more room down here because I've got all of the middle grade books up here, and then also level C, which we're finishing up for Lucy this year. Level B and C, those levels are probably my least favorites from Sunlight. We do have some books from those levels that we like to keep, that we would like to keep, but I'm not sure if I want to keep the entire level, if I want to dedicate space to those books. I have a really hard time getting rid of useful books because I feel like at some point in the future they could use those books. All of the books from the Sunlight levels are really good quality literature. They're timeless. It's not something that is going to need to be updated necessarily. So a lot of the novels and other books, they're just really good books. So I am kind of inclined to keep that just in case my kids want them for their own kids later on. I don't know if I really want to sell them. Also, because I purchased the early levels, I think I started buying Sunlight levels in 2010 or 2011. So they are very old and they have been updated, I think, 2 times since I purchased them originally. So I'm not sure there would be much desire for those levels if I did try to sell them. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with those early elementary levels that we are just done with. I did last year pack up the pre-K through first grade levels. They're in my unfinished part of the basement in boxes. I have to bring up all of these books on that level right here. And then these are level J books that I'm going to leave down here for the time being. And then I think, where are the level 300 books are over here. And that's what Emma is going to be using. And then the level D books are over here. So I need to bring all of those upstairs and start going through them and organizing them. I don't know if it makes more sense to bring them upstairs or just leave them down here. I think I am going to leave them down here for right now until I'm actually going to do my videos, and then I'll bring them upstairs. Yes, so that's where I'm actually going to leave off today. I need to bring the kids' toys down here, but for the time being, I think I'm going to hold off on that just because I do want to get some of these books in boxes before I start adding more stuff down here. And then over here is actually just other random books that I need to figure out which level they need to be in. I have some other binders, a bunch of just notebooks, and then there are some notebooks and curriculum that my kids have gone through this year that needs to be put in a bin. I've got plastic drawers and then these rolling carts that I don't know what to do with. I've got a lot of things that I don't know what to do with. So that's where I'm going to leave off today. It's going to be a slow and steady process. This video is probably going to be many, many, many days long, or it'll be split up into 2 videos if it starts getting too long. I am excited to get things organized. I feel like I can't quite get things organized until I wrap up our homeschool reviews and then get the instructor's guides that are back ordered from Sunlight. So I'm actually going to go upstairs and email them and see if I can get some of the papers that are not part of the samples that Sunlight has on their website because I've purchased them. Hopefully they will send those to me. So that's where I'm going to leave off for right now. Okay guys, so we're in day 3. This has been over several weeks and I'm all shadowy down here in the basement. Day 3 of trying to get everything cleaned up down here. I did, in the last section of this video, I moved a lot of the books. I took books off of the shelves. So today I'm hopefully going to get, this is not enough boxes for all of those books. I'm going to hopefully get the books into boxes, as well as get my kids' milk crates emptied out and sorted. I also have all of this random stuff. Some of it is stuff from this year that needs to go into a Rubbermaid container. I've completed my teacher reviews now, and that was kind of the last thing that I was waiting for in order to pack up all of my stuff from this year. So what I'm going to do is start getting the milk crate sorted, get the books boxed up, make sure that I have all of the books for the levels. These are levels G and H, I think is what I'm putting away. I'm also, I think I have level J right there, the history of science, as well as all of the literature for language arts J. And I'm still up in the air as to whether or not Jack is going to do level 100 next year or level J for literature for his language arts. So I'm not going to pack up the level J books. Also, because we're going to be using some of Guest Hollow's Chemistry in the Kitchen for chemistry this year, in addition to BJU Press, it's going to be quite the conglomeration of different chemistry curriculums. We'll see how it goes. So they, in the Guest Hollow Chemistry in the Kitchen, it uses a lot of the books that we have from Science J. So I want to leave those out. We're not going to reread them, and that's partly why I'm going to be doing BJU Press Chemistry. Also because BJU Press Chemistry has the math portion of chemistry that we really want, although I also have Life of Fred Chemistry, which is the math portion of chemistry as well. I'm not there with the curriculum choices yet. So I need to grab my laptop so I can make sure that I'm checking off the correct books, get the books packed up, and then start making some piles for the milk crates and hopefully get some of this stuff sorted as well. I do have a bunch of like empty 3-ring binders that I do want to keep, but I don't want to take up shelf space for. I don't know. So that's what I'm planning to do this morning. It's 70 degrees out right now. My kids are outside. I want to go sit outside on the deck with some iced tea and just enjoy the beautiful weather today. So I'm going to give myself 3 Pomodoro cycles to work on the basement. If you don't know what a Pomodoro cycle is, it's 25 minutes of focused work and 5-minute breaks. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Hopefully I will make a lot of progress. I will check in after each of my Pomodoro cycles with you to let you know how things are going. I'm almost done with the level H books. I did level G already. I realized that I actually have all of the level H language arts in my binder from this year. I haven't transferred it back to the level H binder because Jack did not do level H history this year. He just did the level H language arts, which is year 2 of 2 of world history from Sunlight, because we had done level H a couple of years ago, but he hadn't done the language arts portion yet. So I kind of mix and match for Jack depending on what we are working on. So I need to move the level H instructor's guides back into the level H binder. And I am missing several books. I think they're maybe over on the shelf over there. I did go over on my 25 minutes because I started to take the instructor's guides out of my big binder for this year, but then I realized that I really wanted to focus on just getting the books in a box. I think these are all level C books that Lucy did this year. So I am still missing a few books. They might be upstairs in Jack's bedroom, books that I know that he had to read this year. So I have to search for those a little bit, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm taking a little 5-minute break. I might go make myself a latte, and then I'm going to start again. Okay, so I just got through all of the level H books, and I also pulled out all of the language arts that were in my binder for this year. I also pulled out all of the level C and some science stuff from Lucy, also the level 2 language arts. I will have to sort that because I'm not sure that I will keep the language arts stuff. I'm still unsure about keeping books. I keep going back and forth wanting to get rid of the early books, but just saving some of our favorites, and then also wanting to keep them just in case down the road we need them for some reason. So I've completed 2 Pomodoro cycles, and this is my second break. However, my kids are hungry. It's like 12:15 right now, and they want to go for a walk because it's beautiful outside. And we're waiting for our half a pig to be delivered. So I think I am actually going to take a break now, make lunch for the kids, do our walk, and then hopefully come back a little bit later and finish up getting the milk crates taken care of, making sure I have all of the C books, which I think that I do, and then making sure that I have all of Emma's 230 classical literature books, which have been kind of all over the place. I actually just found a few upstairs in her bedroom when I was looking for some books that were missing from Jack. But I am actually feeling quite good about how things are going. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all of these shelves. I've emptied many of them, which is good. I want to keep the books for next year down here, but at the same time, I also want to keep them upstairs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I was going to do 3 Pomodoro cycles. I made it through 2. Hopefully I can come back and do another one this afternoon and then take a break and sit outside and enjoy this beautiful sunny weather that we are having in Maine. Okay guys, we are in day 4 of my basement clean out, and I think this is going to be the last day for this particular video. Last time well, if you've been watching the video, you'll know that I made it through 2 Pomodoro cycles, and then I went for a walk with my kids, and I never came back to working on stuff. I did make a lot of progress last week when I was doing that. It's May 17th, and I started this project on the 3rd, so I feel pretty good about what I've done. Granted, I have only worked for a few hours total time on this project. Today, I'm going to go through all of the milk crates. I think I talked about those a few minutes ago as well, a few minutes in the video. Just get those all situated and emptied out and organized. I'm going to put the stuff that I'm going to keep for the kids' bins. I keep bins every year of all of their work. I'm going to use one of the 3-tiered carts. That'll be a good place to just set the stuff until I can go through and either clean out some of the old homeschool bins of work that I've had for years and years and years, or if I get some new Rubbermaid bins for that. Okay, so I have some science stuff and some art stuff and some other just random supplies like laminating sheets, my laminator, some random note cards, all of my binding stuff. I need to kind of get that stuff cleaned up. It's just sitting there. All the science boxes on the top are part of Emma's biology. I have her specimens up there. I have another science supply kit for her, and then just some random odds and ends that I've kept, but I think I'm going to get rid of them. I need to get rid of Jack's Science Unlocked stuff. I want to obviously make sure that I keep the student workbooks, and I will keep the teacher book, but we don't need the supplies and like the little activities that he did or experiments that he did. The kids' vision boards are also on that shelf. So I kind of want to get those things taken care of. These are a world map and a US map that I had on my walls at the old house. I don't really have a wall that's big enough for it because this wainscoting little shelf thing makes it so there's not enough space up there. And then I guess I could put it over in front of the steps coming down into the basement, but there really isn't a lot of space for both of the maps. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm just going to get rid of them and get a smaller map. I really like the large map because I'm blind and seeing some of those countries on the world map is helpful. Really big. I also just have random books and notebooks that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with. I just need to make a decision. I keep a lot of stuff, like if a notebook's only half full, I will rip out the pages, put the pages that I need to keep in a bin, throw out what I don't need to keep, but then I keep the loose paper because we always need paper. So I'm going to get started down here. Again, I'm going to use the Pomodoro technique. I really liked using that last time. It works pretty well for projects. I think that I said after 4 Pomodoro cycles, you take a 15-minute break. I think it's a 25-minute break. I may have mentioned the correct break time, I don't know. But right now it's 9:15, so I'm going to get started, see how far I can get. I want to just finish this. I need to finish this. It's weighing on me. So once that is done, I can organize my books for next year, go through all of my curriculum choices, film those, and then figure out how I'm going to store next year's books because there are a lot of them. So let's get started. Okay, so I have made a good bit of progress. I got all of Emma's books from level 230 shelved. I will keep those out. I'm not going to pack those up because Jack will use them at some point in the next couple of years. Potentially. We will see. I'm not sure he's going to be a classical literature guy. So I am missing one book, which is Pilgrim's Progress, and I know that she finished it. And so I don't know if she gave it to me and I set it somewhere. It's possible. It's probably in my office somewhere. I have so many books in there right now because I'm organizing next year's curriculum. I'm sure it will turn up at some point. So I have made it through Emma's bin. I have shelved her books. I am listening to Free to Learn, which is, I tend to listen to audiobooks while I am doing cleaning tasks. We're going through Free to Learn in my membership community as part of our book club. So I'm trying to make notes on that as well. I started going through Jack's bin. I'm going to finish those up. I've wiped down the shelves. I'm feeling pretty good about how things are going. I am missing some stuff, and I am finding some resources that I know need to go upstairs, resources that we will use for next year that I want to share in my curriculum choice videos, and then I will have to either move them back downstairs or figure out where I'm going to keep them. I don't know where I want to keep my homeschool curriculum. I have all of these wonderful shelves, and I actually have a lot of empty shelves now because I've packed up so many books from the middle grade levels, and ideally I would have everything down here. We would homeschool down here, the desks would be down here, all of that. However, that is not how it works. Pretty much in the summer and fall, we homeschool outside. In the winter, we are usually on the couches or at the dining room table. And then once spring comes along, we are kind of all over the place. We're finishing up our full year of homeschooling in this house, and we have not used the space in the basement for homeschooling. So it's great for storage, but if we don't come down here and use the space, it's just kind of, I'm not sure what to do with it. So I still need to go through those metal shelves that I talked about earlier with the science and art stuff on it. I've done one Pomodoro cycle, and I'm going to take a couple of minutes to just check in with the kids, and then I'm going to get back to cleaning. I'm done with my second Pomodoro cycle now, and I finished up getting the kids' bins emptied and sorting the stuff that I need to keep for their proof of progress for the year, or I keep everything, so it's not really that different. I do need to go through the level C books and make sure that I have everything. I bet that I do not have everything. I have started to get this little shelf thing cleared off as well. I'm feeling pretty good about how everything is. I don't have a whole lot to do on that shelf. I did look at it, and I will probably throw away some of the science stuff, but I'm going to wait until after we do Emma's dissections. I don't have a good place to store my coils for my binding machine. I do have some history, hands-on history projects over there that I could probably get rid of as well, unless there might be a few that Lucy and I haven't done yet that I might keep just in case we want to include them next year. I'm not entirely sure. I found a bunch of empty notebooks. I'm trying to shelve all of the random books that we have. And yeah, so that is where I'm at. I'm going to just continue working. Okay guys, so I am done with the clean out for end of year homeschool stuff. I feel pretty good about how things are looking right now. So obviously you saw that I have a bunch of empty shelf space down here, which is great. I'm still unsure how I'm going to organize curriculum for next year, but this was really just the first part, getting all of last year's stuff organized and sorted, as well as making sure that all of the books from this year are put away so that I can move on to next year's planning. That was the main focus that I had. I like having the open space down here. I folded up the ping pong table. Lucy does, I think I talked about this at the beginning of the video, but it was a few weeks ago, so I apologize. Lucy wants to move a lot of her toys down here, and so I am going to do that at some point. Perhaps this weekend I will start to work on that. I do have just some random stuff. Let's see. I have these books that are my husband's books. I have an old printer, and I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what he wants to do with them, if he wants to keep them or get rid of them. And in that other rolling container over there, these are things that I have to put away for the kids in a homeschool bin. Their reviews are done. Yes. I'm feeling so much better now that this space is clean. I have a bunch of plastic drawers that are empty. I have those 3-tiered rolling carts. I don't know if I will use them or not. I have their milk crates that I will fill up later, probably in June, with the first 6 weeks or so of curriculum for them. But I am feeling much better about how things are looking down here, and I have a lot of options, especially with all of the empty shelves. I am still unsure where I'm going to store next year's curriculum, if it will be upstairs, if it will be downstairs, but that will come soon. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video is kind of all over the place, and I may have repeated myself quite a bit. I'll try and edit some of that out because it was over several weeks, but that is my homeschool basement clean out for 22-23 homeschool year. And now the next video about my basement will be setting up for 2023-2024. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.